And at the same time, some stunning new video showing Ukrainian security forces using underwater explosives to blow up the bridge connecting Russia to Crimea. Now, that attack, of course, following this past weekend's drone strikes deep in Russian territory, altering perceptions of Ukraine's military capabilities. Some here in the U.S. now asking, if Ukraine can do it there, why couldn't Crimea or China, do the same thing right here in America? Now, we've reported extensively here on NewsNation about the hundreds of thousands of acres of Chinese-owned farmland spread across the U.S. and the various drone sightings attached to that land. With acreage in several states, including a wide swath of the South and some of these farms located near U.S. military bases, could America be vulnerable to a Ukraine-style drone strike carried out by China? NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Entin reporting live now. So, Brian, how great is the threat potentially posed by these Chinese-owned farms now?
Well, Kelly, we've been talking about it for years now on NewsNation. The drone strike in Russia has definitely started a new conversation about the vulnerability of our military equipment, especially when you think about it, and you just showed the map, how much farmland China actually owns very near military bases in America. Look again, this map shows all the farmland, this is very specific here, that China owns across the country, 370,000 acres of land, some of it very close to secret military bases. You see it literally goes from coast to coast, from California to Florida to Georgia to South Carolina to North Carolina. And look in North Dakota there, Grand Forks Air Force Base. This is one that I've been looking at very closely for the last 2 years. I was there a few years ago. This is video that we took out there in the winter when a company named Fuang bought the land and planned to build a corn mill there. Well, the Air Force called it a national security risk. The project was shut down. But what's shocking is just today I learned that Fuang still owns the land in North Dakota. It's just miles from the base. I spoke to one of my sources a little while ago in North Dakota about this. Take a listen. Does Fuang still own the land in North Dakota?
Yes, they do still own I believe it was 371 or 317 acres that, according to North Dakota state law, should have been divested 2 years ago. The Attorney General was responsible to make that happen when there's a foreign land purchase and the building doesn't go through, but that never happens.
So even after the Air Force called it a national security risk, still today, years later, that Chinese company still owns the land. The concern in North Dakota and with all this Chinese land is what happens if a drone is launched or some kind of other surveillance equipment so close to these military bases. At the end of last year, we saw reports of several mysterious drones popping up near military bases in very close proximity to the Chinese-owned farmland. And while the drones were never confirmed to be owned or operated by China, the sightings sounded the alarm for defense officials and lawmakers concerned for our national security, as you can imagine. Several states have laws on the books, Kelly, to keep the Chinese from continuing to buy land, but it can be difficult to police because what's so interesting, what's been a challenge for us reporting on it, is that they use shell companies or they have Americans to hide who is behind the true investment. And oftentimes when you dig and you dig and you dig, and you go through all the paperwork, you realize that there's a Chinese connection. Kelly?
Yeah, you've been doing excellent reporting on this, unsurprisingly. Definitely a story to keep eyes on. Brian, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.